Hi, my name is Jordan Gardner, and I'm the lead pastor here at Solid Rock Community Church. And I guess you could call me a pew brat. I mean, my dad started the church back in September of 1991, and I've been in church ever since. I pretty much grew up here at Solid Rock, and a lot of my most fond memories were with church people at church events, doing church things, and really became something that is a part of me and who I am. And what's interesting to me is that my first real experience with God probably happened at a Christian puppet show. And they called all the young kids up, and I was really young, I was 6 years old, and they called all the young kids up to an altar call to worship God and to pray. And I went up to the front and I just started praying, and I felt God, but just nothing happened. And I felt a little discouraged, and I went back and sat down, and then I felt that urge, and I made up my mind to go back up again and to pray again. In that moment, I had an experience with God that really still impacts my life today. But, years went on after that, and still in church with my parents, my dad pastoring, and PK, a lot of pressure, and it got to a point where, I stopped praying, I stopped worshiping, I stopped reading my Bible, and I really grew dry. My relationship with God really faded, and I didn't feel God like I used to. Until one summer, I went up to stay at my brother Dave's house in Michigan, and I went up there, and they were at work, and I'm there bored by myself, just the dog there, and started trying to find something to watch. And in the guest room, they had a TV, and they had no cable, no direct TV, and but what they had was Little House on the Prairie or preaching and worship DVDs. And of course, I didn't want to watch Little House on the Prairie, so I popped in some of those preaching tapes and worship DVDs and started listening, and it started moving in my heart and started stirring up something that kind of fell asleep deep down inside of me. And man, I felt God again. I felt like a renewed passion. I felt closer to God, and all of a sudden I just started worshiping God. I'm crying, and I started even dancing through the house, and the dog was looking at me weird. And I just had this awesome moment with God. And ever since then, I've been chasing God. I've been pursuing God. I've never felt that dryness again since that moment. And I thank God for that, because it was not a good feeling to be separated from God in your soul. And so my dad pastored for 22 years, and 5 years ago I became the pastor. So I've been pastoring for about 5 years now, and I love it. I love the people here. I love the culture of our church. I love the worship of our church, and I like the things that our church does. We have mission trips locally in Rockford and Chicago, and we have a city care program that just takes care of people that are in need right here in Harvard. And also through the Harvard Christmas Giving Tree program, we take care of hundreds of kids every year in cooperation with the city and seven churches in our town, where we help low-income families have a Christmas for their kids. And, things like that I really love to be a part of, because the purpose of our church, what we're trying to do, is to create caring, world-changing Christians. And I believe we have so many caring, world-changing Christians here at Solid Rock, and I would love for you to be a part of that. I believe God has a purpose and a plan in your life, and we want to give you all the tools and the resources and the encouragement that you need to fulfill what God has for you. And we believe that can happen here. And so I look forward to meeting you, looking forward to getting to know you in person. God bless you, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. God bless you.